Previously on the Talos Principle 2. The Grasslands Ring has been dealt with for now, and 1K moves to the next area to figure out what's there. Right. Let's look around here. So the first puzzle is in this direction. There. Let's see what we have here. Unusual walls and... oh, that's new. It can make a hole in them. Can't squeeze through that, unfortunately. Clearly that's not how to do this. And I need 2 objects to complete this puzzle. I wonder, can it go through the purple fields? As aiming it that way is certainly not working. And that isn't working either. I need to find a way of getting both over here. I wonder if having both of them using the same pool. Yes. It can pass through the purple. Yes, as long as one of them is maintaining that pull. It'll stay open. And now... I know how to do this.
I can't help but notice that many of these structures are not strictly functional. There's a sense of aesthetics, of beauty here. This place might be meant to test us somehow, but perhaps there's more to it than that.
Yes. There's certainly an aesthetic look to it, and I suspect what's around there might have some meaning to it. Considering that there's an emitter, well, connector. Ooh. Let's see what we have here.
So, what are you doing here, Trevor? Why are you trying to save the world? Well, look, I think humanity is awesome. I love humanity. As a species, we're great. I mean, our track record is pretty mixed, but have you seen everyone else? I mean, what did you do today, animal? Oh, I ate some leaves, sniffed my own butt, crapped myself, and went extinct. Or, you know, I tore this other animal limb from limb, sniffed my friend's butt, crapped myself, and went extinct. They really don't do anything interesting. I mean, you don't see animals directing Big Trouble in Little China. Birds can go tweet, tweet, but it ain't exactly the White Album. I mean, they can't even make a good cheeseburger, for Christ's sakes. They have no art, no cuisine, no pleasure. Animals are nice to look at, but you wouldn't want to be one. Except maybe a cat. I could be a cat.
Right, let's see what this... Ah yes, that would be a good place to start. And the jammer needs to be... Yes, it would work better if it's on this side. Yes, that would help. And then... Actually, no, it would be more efficient if I have both devices. Especially as I need one to actually get to this.
I keep thinking, why puzzles? Is it just their symbolic value because of our history? Because the thing about puzzles is they can be solved. But if this is about testing us, what are we being tested for? It can't just be about spatial reasoning.
Our curiosity? Our persistence? You're assuming that this place follows a coherent logic. My impression is that it's full of contradictions.
Well, what is certain is I'm going through them. And I'm picking up on a number of things on the way. I need to set up a way of getting the red and blue beam. Yes, that would help. And then I can have the green beam to complete this puzzle. Yes, I thought I was missing something. I need to set it up so Ah, yes. Well, that could be. And then it's... Guess I'll need the other connector, mix colours to make the green bean. That is still the question mark.
Every one of these clouds seems to contain exactly the same amount of energy.
Well, we know where it's heading. And... Yes, they're still operating behind the scenes in New Jerusalem.
I think you just picked up some kind of decryption key. Could try using it on those terminals inside the puzzles.
I could, but I wouldn't. That would ruin the fun of it. to help out, and... Right. How's that going to work? Well, it's worth considering, and besides, I'll need both of them if I want to get a red beam over there. Yes, I need to keep the connections. To have any possibility of working. Okay, it works. Just needs a tiny modification. Yes. This will work much better. And now it's working even better because there's a way of keeping this open without needing it to be in there. I just need to set it up. Yes. Very good. I have the basic idea of what to do. It's just a question of getting it in the right position.
You know something that's weird about these puzzles? They're not replicas of the simulation puzzles, like the ones in the museum.
Wasn't there an artist who did an exhibition a few years ago that involved new puzzles of some kind?
That was Barzai. It was called Trials of an Imagined Past. I tried to get you to come along. You thought it would be boring.
Were they similar?
No, not at all.
Was it boring?
I thought it was interesting.
Oh yes, I've been to that. Just before heading here. These didn't have switches in the last area. Clearly they do here. Okay. I can see what I need to do here. What is needed is a way of, well, connecting the blue beam for starts. Yes, I'll definitely need that. Then place the connector on that pressure plate so I can actually get the hexahedron, which will be needed to place the connector on the fan when it's activated to go over the barrier. Right. Yes, I can see a flaw with that. It needs the driller to make a hole where the beam can fit in. Yes, and with a tiny modification, this can
Any progress on the particle clouds, Melville? It's pretty clear they're integral to how all of this functions.
I've gathered a lot of data, but I still have a lot of numbers to crunch before I can give you an answer. And I can't guarantee that my answer won't be another question. I'm glad we don't get headaches.
While exploring the forest, I came across a sight of primal force. A beautiful stag, standing on a hill silhouetted against the setting sun. It appeared like a messenger from some divine natural power, perhaps from Gaia herself. Even to a being such as myself, less susceptible to manipulation by instincts and hormones, it was clearly a moment of revelation. In such moments, we are told to avert our eyes. But what if we do not? What will we discover if we look more closely? If we could speak to the stag, what wisdom would it have to offer? The answer is none. The stag is an animal of overwhelming stupidity, driven only by fear, hunger, and lust. There is no abyss for us to plunge into behind this revelation. Rather, the revelation is as flat and unreal as the plywood walls of a film set.
There's another one of those monuments.
Ah, so that's what the switches are for. Yes, it makes sense now. This is clearly inactive. Yes, those numbers definitely indicate the switches that need to be flipped in order to make something happen. And yes, now I can fly over and ooh, there's even a ladder. I wonder. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. Can't be removed from there. Although, that barrier. Yes. No, that's... Yes, I will need to open that up. Which would be great if this actually go through, but unfortunately it can't. However, that could. And then the jammer could disrupt that, and another driller can be usable. Whoever set this up, obviously has put in quite an effort. Yes. Now it can be used. And the jammer, well, that can be redirected to here. Now that there's a hole that can use it. Yes. I would say that if the hole was in the right place. And no. That hole is not in the right place and might need another one for this to work. Yes. I was right about that. It needed another one to get the jammer into a better position.
Hey, 1K.
What do you make of the Sphinx?
I don't know what she is, ontologically speaking, but those questions she asked reinforce my belief that we're being tested, or perhaps analyzed.
That's all. Yes, it might be worth flipping the correct switches right now, as I've already dealt with most of the puzzles here. Let's see. 2, 5, 7.
Everything okay?
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Well, I was born when New Jerusalem was a lot smaller than it is now. And there was a lot of work to do. I wasn't really interested in technical stuff, engineering and so on, but I was good at keeping things organized. So I got involved with the administration side of things. Making sure the scavenging teams focused on the right materials, keeping track of our energy usage, that sort of thing. I think we've accomplished what the founder wanted us to, and I'm proud that I helped make that happen. Byron doesn't see it that way, obviously, but I think sometimes he gets so lost in his dreams that he forgets to look at the real world.
Do you consider Byron a friend?
Of course. My best friend, in fact. And someone I've worked with hundreds of times over the centuries. A good person who cares about the world and the people in it. I just also think he's wrong about everything and extremely annoying.
I like that you can disagree and still be friends.
The founder taught us that we must never lose track of other people's humanity, even if they disagree with us. We're all in this together, even if we can't always see eye to eye.
What do you think about the megastructure?
I don't know. It's obviously impressive, but I think we should be very careful. We're dealing with powers we don't really understand.
What do you think about that lab I found?
I think the only reason to build a lab in so remote a location is because you're trying to hide what you're doing. Or because what you're doing is dangerous.
What does the goal mean to you?
To me, it means accepting a certain amount of humility. Our ancestors thought they could master the world with no regard for any other organisms. They failed to see themselves as part of a greater whole. I think the founder realized where they went wrong and tried to offer us a different path. A path where we have a place in this world, but the world is not ours.
What could these puzzles mean?
Well, puzzles, or trials, as Elohim calls them, were used as part of the process that created the founder, and they're still part of how we're born. They symbolize the human ability to understand the world and solve problems. But nowadays, they don't have a practical application. They are a common motif in the arts, though. The only physically existing puzzles I can think of are in the Museum of the Simulation. So, to answer your question, no idea.
What do you make of the Sphinx?
Whatever that being is, it told us that we stand before the fire. That can only be a warning, and I think we should take it seriously. We don't want another New Alexandria.
That's all. New Alexandria. So there was another attempt at a settlement, but it was hinted to have gone badly. There's the 5th one. Then I just need to find 7 leads. That one's already on. Wait. It's 2457. Anyway, I need to figure this one out. Really, I need to bring some, well, something over here and then send it flying. No, send it flying and then bring it over there. There's clearly something more to this. I need to think about this. See where this, well, all fits in. So over there. that's it. Need to have 2 of them. Ah, yes, the jammer. That's what I needed. And now I need the fan in order to, well, get up there. And I'll need the other driller to open a hole here so I can drop the fan down. Yes, almost got the quota for this one. Ah, another lost lamp. Yes, the first one was one that led Melville to get at least part of the transportation network. Bang.
This is very similar to the structure where you found the schematics.
Yes, I am aware.
Wow, that's a lot bigger than I expected.
What were they doing here?
And who are they?
The logical ore gates. From what I can tell.
The world is a wonderful place. Every day we take another step forward. Every day we come closer to the truth. The closer we get, the more I can see the beauty of the universe, the intricate perfection of its mechanisms. I am a machine, and the universe is a machine. Every part of me serves a purpose, or I could not be myself. I could not be Miranda, because that specific person could not exist without those specific parts and their specific functions. In the same way, every part of the universe serves a purpose. I think that is what we were meant to discover here.
"1K, you just connected to an extremely powerful data stream. Are you all right?" "Yes, you were streaming. We all saw something. You're lucky it didn't fry your motherboard. Please, everyone, let's be careful with these terminals from now on."
Yes, let's all try not to die. More importantly, who the hell is Miranda?
There's no one by that name in New Jerusalem. I just searched the database.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I think it's a new person. Someone we've never heard of before. Someone born outside the city. Maybe I'm wrong. We have to find out more.
But where did they come from? And how many people does it take to build something this huge?
Like I said, we need to find out more.
Well, you'll be happy to hear that I'm about to fix another part of the transport system. Thanks for the files, 1K. I hope they didn't fry your brain.
So they attempted to create another settlement using geothermal power. Well, at least attempting to make a geothermal power plant, but yeah, it quite literally blew up in their faces. Okay. Yes. It seems that what led to New Jerusalem.
Hey, 1K.
What do you make of this Miranda?
Going on what little we have, honestly, she reminds me of myself when I'd just been born. I came out from the dam at night, and the sky was full of stars. I felt a reverence then, an almost ecstatic connection to the sublime. The universe seemed like a miracle, and to exist within it was the greatest possible honor. That view was tempered in time, but I've always tried to hold on to as much of it as I could.
That's all. Yes, New Jerusalem is the only one that was actually successful, at least as far as we're aware. we missing something? A jammer and a hexahead. And that is the end goal of this. Now, how to aim the jammer to where it's needed. Well, clearly not here. That much is said. Ah yes, hopping over. That's what's needed, and unfortunately, it doesn't appear to have the right range. Either that or the tunneler is in the wrong position. Yes, that bit about New Alexandria was certainly interesting. Until next time. Hail the rabbits!